Welcome to Driven by Janelle, the podcast where passion meets power and women take the lead on two wheels. What drives you to ride?
Okay, so today we're here at the NAML conference in Las Vegas, and I'm here with Vicki Sanfelipo. And Vicki is, amazing, obviously, but this whole visit to Las Vegas, I feel like I've just been meeting one incredible woman after another, and Vicki is, incredible as well. So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about her, and then we'll get to talk with her. So Vicki, also known as Spitfire, is a registered nurse and avid motorcyclist who has dedicated her career to enhancing motorcycle safety through education and first response training. In 1996, she authored A Crash Course for Motorcyclists and founded Accident Scene Management, a nonprofit organization aimed at reducing injuries and fatalities amongst motorcyclists by providing first response education. Under her leadership, ASM has become the leading motorcycle trauma training organization globally. Vicki was inducted into the Sturgis Hall of Fame in 2020 in recognition of her contributions to motorcycle safety. She continues to serve as a director of ASM and is also a certified instructor for Stop the Bleed and American Heart Association courses. An avid rider since 1987, Vicki is a proud member of the Iron Butt Association. Road Guardians is a membership program co-founded by Vicki and Chris Halver that encourages motorcyclists to become lifelong learners committed to safety. The program emphasizes accident prevention and integrates motorcycle trauma first response training as a key component. Members gain access to safety information, training resources, and a community dedicated to reducing injuries and fatalities amongst motorcyclists. The organization supports accident scene management training and has trained nearly 50,000 students through certified instructors across the United States internationally. So with that amazing introduction, meet Vicki Sanfelipo.
Well, hi, Janelle, and thank you. It's so nice to meet you in person.
Yes,
so
you too.
I have looked you up as well.
Well, thanks. Yes. Still learning how to ride motorcycles, but I'm all about safety, obviously, for everyone on the road. So, but
welcome to that world.
Yeah.
It's really a world of adventure, is what I've found.
Yeah.
So I've met the best people through motorcycling, and after working at hospitals for over 25 years, I quit my job, and this is what I do full time now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Great when your passion gets to meet your passion.
Right. And so, and if I can just ask you, so working in a hospital, I imagine you saw a lot of what happens on the road to motorcyclists and things like that. Is that what motivated you to start this, or what motivated you?
Well, what motivated me really was just being in the world of motorcycling itself and having friends get hurt. And people always thought that I, as a nurse, would know how to help someone if they were to go down. So I would hear them say things like, "Thank God we have a nurse with us. You will know what to do." And I thought, they think I learned motorcycle trauma in nursing school, and it's not true.
Wow.
So they don't cover that. So I looked around to try to find out what I would do, and then started being concerned about training my friends, other people. So it started out just kind of small, thinking that I should get people around me trained, and other people heard about it.
Right.
So it's been a labor of love, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. So what is specific in motorcycle trauma that you learned or that you're teaching people that maybe you didn't learn in nursing school?
It's more of a combat medic situation when something happens out on the road. It's not so much first aid. It's not controlled medicine, where you have all the supplies and a team of people and x-rays and oxygen and all that stuff. So you have to really get focused on what are the most important things you need to focus on to keep that person alive until the professionals arrive.
Wow.
So it's a different point of view, number one, and you have limited supplies. You sometimes have very limited help. So it's a very different way of looking at things. We don't let anybody skip our first class or basic class, even if they're a doctor. They still have to take it because it's so specific. Things like helmet removal, we've been told for years that you would never remove a helmet, and that's actually not true. You might need to remove a helmet if it interferes with your ability to control the airway. So people learn when, why, and how to do that, and they practice difficult skills. Things like moving people. We're told, and I'm sure you've heard this through the years, that you would never move anybody. And as a motorcyclist, we are more likely to need to be moved because we didn't land somewhere that was, going to be a safe place for us to stay. So we give people the confidence to be able to act. I mean, you don't move somebody unless you have a good reason. But you sometimes need to, and there's right and wrong ways to do it. So we spend a lot of time on these skills, including, it's called jaw thrust rescue breathing, where in CPR you're taught this head tilt chin lift. But why would we do that to somebody who just crashed their motorcycle? So there's a different way of opening up an airway called jaw thrust. And we teach people to do that so they don't have to do a head tilt chin lift. So these are like really important skills. We teach tourniquets, we teach bleeding control. Stop the Bleed is part of our program. And it's a full day. It's 8 hours long, and it's based on the US DOT first responder curriculum. We have medical oversight. We have a physician that is an emergency room physician who reviews all of our information and makes sure it is correct. And he owns 50 motorcycles. He said he hasn't counted lately. It's at least 50, he said.
That's a lot.
So
he's really passionate about it too.
That's correct, We have a lot of people involved that our instructors are all EMT or higher in medical training, so that you know when you have somebody teaching you that person has the correct background to be able to teach you properly. And answer your questions.
So that's really amazing. And it's so, it seems so common sense, but it's also so novel because you said no one had, even as a nurse, no one had taught you.
And there's so many people out there that will teach like CPR and first aid. And if they do teach anything that's kind of motorcycle related, they'll teach CPR and first aid and throw helmet removal in there. Well, what's the point of teaching somebody to be careful taking a helmet off if you're going to do a head tilt chin lift? It's like it's all important. And the bleeding control is super important. So, I think that being trained properly matters, and having correct supplies. So
is there like certain supplies that you have people always ride with?
For sure. We tell them what the mandatory supplies are, things like a trauma shear. So often in a first aid kit, that you have a scissor in there that you can't even cut the tape with, much less trying to cut through boots and leathers and that kind of thing. So you need a decent 7.5-inch paramedic shear. That is an important piece that's missing from most first aid kits. Some places have now started putting these baby ones in there that have a plastic handle on them, so they kind of look like a trauma shear, but they are not going to cut through the things we need them to. So that is an important piece, like having a rescue breathing barrier in case you need to assist someone with their breathing. That's often missing from a first aid kit. Having enough gauze, that you can handle the bleeding, pressure dressings, that kind of thing. So starting out with all that important stuff, you can throw your own Band-Aids in there.
But these, it's things that you don't even think about, because motorcyclists are wearing really heavy, durable material for a reason, but then you have to get through it. How do you get through it that fast?
Exactly. You can't treat what you can't see. So the EMTs are going to come along and they're going to cut it if you didn't, So if you're there with them, and the places we like to ride pretty far away from where all the action is, so oftentimes to get an ambulance to us, it can take a decent amount of time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, even longer sometimes.
Yeah, that's critical time.
Mm-hmm.
Critical
It really
time.
is.
That's amazing. So you started the safety course,
Yes.
and you said that was the first day, which was, I guess, learning the first response.
Yes.
And can you tell me what the rest of the days are like? Because I don't know.
Well, we teach something called PACT, P-A-C-T,
Mm-hmm.
and that is how to prevent further injury, how to secure your scene.
Mm-hmm.
That includes that moving people, because that's part of that security, scene security. Then how to assess what's going on so that you can make a good 911 phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes during your assessment, you find out you can't leave. And the places we like to ride say no service. So we can't assume that there's going to be a cell phone coverage. So we put contact the EMS as the third step, not because we want anyone to delay a phone call. We actually want them to call as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that they're taught in CPR and first aid that they need to make that phone call first
Mm-hmm.
and then go treat the person.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't always do that with a motorcyclist. You need to check on them first.
Mm-hmm.
So then we give good information to the EMS so they send the right help. And then we treat the person with life-sustaining care using something called the CABCs. Catastrophic bleeding first, then airway, breathing. We get back to bleeding and controlling other bleeding that might not be catastrophic. So that's the second C. And then shock and spinal stabilization. So those are the CABCs of trauma. And that fills out the day.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And that's why it takes a full day to teach it. It's higher level.
Yeah.
So people that have taken CPR and first aid, great. That's it's a great thing. We encourage people to get more training.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage people to take CPR. We do not teach CPR in our class. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, are we going to get our CPR certificate?" And I'm like, "No, that's for a heart attack. We're talking trauma."
Right.
So if you get to CPR too quickly in trauma, you actually can make that person worse.
Wow.
Imagine somebody just crashed and you get somebody who does a head tilt chin lift and then starts pressing in the middle of their chest. That could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So we encourage people to get CPR trained, but do it separately so they don't get confused between the two.
Right.
One's medical, one's trauma.
This is so interesting.
Mm-hmm. I know,
It's a
you got
whole
to take the
new
class.
world.
Yeah, I know you're going to be you're going to be sponsoring a class.
Yeah, in Seattle or Tacoma. Yeah, but I'm excited because, for me, everything's new, but it seems like even like for experienced riders, what you're teaching is new to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So, just making sure, like for me entering the motorcycle world, I want to make sure I'm doing it right and doing it safe. And having people like you guiding the way makes it a lot better.
Well, there's the thing we hear most often is that people didn't hear about us. They don't know about us. And we've been around for a long time. We're the only accredited program in the entire world. There's other people doing some little kind of minor things, not quite to the point that we are, but we're the only accredited one. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, how do we get this word out to people? And that's why I appreciate the fact that you wanted to do an interview so we can get this word out. Yeah. And also sponsoring a class, that's always a great start, because what happens is those 15 to 20 people, we do classes up to 20 people, and those people that take the class, now they know what it's about. So now they can go out and get their friends trained. And one thing you probably are learning about the motorcycle public is we are all about like word of mouth. Yeah. We talk to each other. We tell each other what's going on, and we tell each other, what they should be doing or they should go see. Yeah. And, I must say, I was super excited to see a chick, doing this, so.
Same for you though. Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like the world of motorcycles probably mostly been men. And to have a woman come in and say, hey, all this stuff needs to happen. Like, how amazing is that? Like, how innovative and novel is that on your half? And, I had interviewed, Brandy the other day, I didn't know that women weren't allowed to ride motorcycles for so long. I don't know how I didn't know that, or I wouldn't assume that. So to be coming in, so late in the game as a woman, but have all this innovation and contribution, that is just so amazing.
Well, I started riding in 1987. Started riding my own. I was a passenger before that. So as I started kind of getting into that, it wasn't very common. Only 3% of motorcyclists were women. Yeah. And many of them didn't ride very much. They maybe had a motorcycle or they had done some off-road kind of things with their families, but you didn't see a lot of women who'd go riding cross country. You notice in my bio, it said that I'm a member of the Iron Butt Association. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is. I was like, is that right? But I'm just going to read it.
It was like, I'm going to read this. Okay, so what does it take to be an Iron Butt member? Well, the way to become a member is you have to ride your motorcycle over 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
So nobody gets to just kind of like become a member. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
So I rode from a women's event that was being held in Keystone, Colorado to Rockford, Illinois in less than 24 hours. And my husband says I cheated, but it's not true. So is what I did, instead of doing it all in one time, I did 850 miles. And then I got a hotel room and I slept for 4 hours. Yeah. And I got up, I took a shower, I put my makeup on, I finished that last 150 miles where he was waiting for me at the end. And I pulled in and he thought I was going to walk in and go, I'm so tired. And I got off my motorcycle and went, no problem. No problem.
Looking the part, looking
there we go.
That. Yeah, that was easy. Oh, that's amazing. But that's the way to do it, though, right?
It was safe. It was safer to do it that way, too. Right. So it is about safety.
Yeah.
We are involved in a sport that is great adventure, and it's a wonderful sport with a lot of passionate people in it. But we don't want to get hurt or die. None of us do it with that intention.
Right. They'll take the fun away.
Yeah, it sure would. Yeah. It's a good day when you get home without any incident happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So can I ask, what made you want to ride? And then how was it like learning to ride or being one of the few women, if you said in the 80s and 90s, what was it like doing cross country trips? I don't know if you're the only woman when you did it, but
yeah, I was definitely hanging around with the guys a lot. And I'm a bit of a tomboy to start with. So I've always liked, that kind of stuff. I was never into playing with dolls or anything, so it was a fit for me. But I ended up breaking up with the guy who I was a passenger for. And I found that I just really missed the bike.
Yeah.
Not him so much, but the bike I really missed. Yeah. So it was, I started thinking about getting my own. Other than that, I would have to find another guy who could take me for a ride. So I found a motorcycle that I could afford. The only problem was it had flat tires and the battery was dead. So I got those things done. And my friends came over to show me how to ride, because back then they really didn't have many motorcycle safety programs, not in the little town that I lived in. So the Night Riders Motorcycle Club came over and showed me how to ride. And I ended up riding up a set of stairs for my first ride. I know that's not safe at all. So they told me, don't look, like this target fixation, like you'll go where your eyes go. Yeah. And they told me also, don't look at your feet. So I got started going and I looked down to see where to put my feet, which was a mistake. And when I looked up, I saw these stairs and I ended up with the motorcycle going that direction. And when I reached for the brake, I actually hit the throttle instead, because the brake is on the same side. So I hit the throttle and I went flying up these stairs. And the motorcycle went off on the side and I was standing at the top of the stairs. I don't even know how I got off the bike.
Wow.
So like it was like an Evil Knievel stunt person, like right away.
Right off the bat. You were already doing just stunts.
So anyway, so it wasn't a great start, but eventually, so I recommend to people not to do what I did. Actually take a course, it's a good way to start. Yeah. And, so my first ride was to go see a REO concert about 120 miles away. I've always liked distance riding and I'm kind of just, people were like, they saw me on the bike all the time. They were like, do you have a car? And I'm like, oh no, I put all 3 children on the motorcycle and we go grocery shopping. Of course I have a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just don't see me in it.
Right.
So,
that's so cool. That's so cool. So that's how you just got started and you were just like, this is it.
Yeah, I loved it. And I just, like I said, I loved the adventure. I lived in Wisconsin. I still do. And I wanted to go to Sturgis. It was a big deal for me that year to go to Sturgis. So I rode that 1979 Sportster.
Oh, that's so cute though.
Yeah, rode that out to Sturgis.
Wow.
I didn't get out of the state before the starter went and we had to push start the bike.
Oh my God.
So we push started it all the way out to Sturgis, and then I finally got things fixed. But
wow, you're dedicated.
Yeah. So anyway, I learned a lot that first year.
I would imagine. Yeah, going upstairs.
Yeah, I have 3 bikes now.
Which bikes do you have, or what are your favorite?
Well, I have a 1941 Knucklehead. It's a red chopper with little mini apes on it. It's really fun.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that one's not something I would take any distance because it's a hardtail, meaning it has no shocks on it. It beats me up, but it's fun to ride.
Smooth roads only.
Yeah. So I take it to shows and that kind of stuff. And then I have a 93 Fat Boy that has been all custom. That one's been in Easy Riders magazine. That one has a nickname. It's called Trigger.
Okay.
So it has a real horsetail on it.
Oh my gosh.
It has a Springer front end. It has no front fender. It's got a Western seat with bullets in it. So but that one has about 130,000 miles on it. Wow. And then I have a 2016 Ultra Limited Harley Davidson, the one with the big front fairing and the trunk and everything. That's my cross-country bike.
Yeah, that seems like it. Wow. That's a lot. You have a lot of classics. Like, seems like it. Yeah.
It's fun to go out there and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like, which one am I going to take today?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Do you have any of them your favorite, or you just, I don't know?
You're not supposed to have favorites, but I will say that I love Trigger.
Yeah,
Trigger and I have really bonded.
Yeah.
Trigger's fun to ride.
Horsetail. Yeah, it's a little pet.
And I can do 250 miles a day easy on that one. And it's easy to ride and fun to go through the curves and doesn't take any work, where the bigger bike can take a little bit of work for me. Right. But it does have heated handle grips and cruise control. That's nice. Trigger doesn't have any of that.
Yeah, just little perks of things. It depends on the time of year, maybe.
Yeah, so I do a ride called the Motorcycle Cannonball, where it's antique motorcycles. They have to be 90 years old and older.
Wow.
And they go from coast to coast. Like the first one I did went from Daytona, Florida to Tacoma, Washington.
To be 90 years or older?
And the competitors... I'm not a competitor there. I'm the medical support person, so I get to ride my big bike, but I actually physically ride down to the beginning and I ride home from the end. Wow. So it's usually about a 7,000 mile trip for me in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And that is a really fun ride to do. So the competitors are something else. I mean, every day is just crazy. The things that happen out on the road with those antique bikes, they have about 100 of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you have to fix them up really well.
They usually have a team of people trying to keep it going.
Yeah. That is so, I don't even know. I mean, what bike is 90 years old? Like, I mean, do all the parts have to be Like, is it just the frame or the engine? Or
well, they have to be period correct.
Mhm.
They can have some modifications, like they can put better lighting on there and better brakes, but they do have to have the old engine and transmission. So they can do things to make them a little more reliable, but they have to be original.
That is very cool.
Yeah. And
Scary and cool.
it's just scary. It's
Yeah.
a little, going, when you get through the mountains, you get into mountains, those things don't have the greatest brakes. There was one guy that he's actually out here in Las Vegas right now. He's at the AIM Expo. But he rode a 1912 motorcycle that looks kind of like a bicycle, but it has a little motor on it. He rode that thing all the way across country from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
And in order to get that bike started, you have to pedal it to get it going.
It's crazy.
And then once you get the engine started, then you take it off the kickstand and go.
Oh my gosh.
So can you imagine doing that all the way across country?
Yeah. It's a lot of work. But I imagine it's such a great accomplishment to finally get across.
It is.
Like that.
When you're following those people and you see what they go through every day and how hard this was and how exhausted they are, it is so exciting when you get to the end and you see them cross the finish line.
Yeah. I would imagine you definitely become one with your bike at that point because you really carried your bike with you. Your bike has carried you. You guys are probably carrying each other with the bikes. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. So I guess when you've done these, events, do you attend them a lot as the nurse, as the safety person? Or
I'm
both?
I'm always that. I'm the mama.
Yeah.
I'm the mama for the event.
Yeah.
Come tell mama what hurts you and I'll see if I can help,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, what is that like? Like, do you give them training before the event?
All of the staff gets trained, yes. Okay. So I do the training for all the staff. And then the competitors themselves don't have to get training, but I can't be everywhere. So all the staff is ready to help someone if they need help. I provide all the first aid kits for them. So I'm going to be doing this year. I'm actually training staff and providing support for the Tennessee Motorcycles and Music Revival at Loretta Lynn's Ranch in Nashville.
Oh my God.
Isn't that exciting?
That's super exciting.
Yeah. And I'm going there right from Fort Liberty in North Carolina where I'm training special forces. Oh. You want to come hang out with me?
I feel like
I have a great life.
I'm just going to go follow you around everywhere. So I'll just be the one with a little camera following you everywhere.
Great fun.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You've built this organization so big. And you're needed in so many places. So.
Last summer, I went to Bulgaria.
Wow.
And I was just going there for vacation to a moto camp because I have a friend that owns a moto camp there. And it ended up that people heard I was coming. They wanted me to do a presentation. They wanted me to do a class while I was there. I ended up doing 2 classes and presentations. And out of that, we ended up training 5 new instructors. Wow. And we just got trademarked for all of Europe with Road Guardians. And we are launching a new program. They did all the translations for us for Bulgaria. Wow. And we're starting Road Guardians Europe.
You're going to be worldwide.
Yeah. I'm just going to have to go back.
Yeah. That is so amazing. I mean, do you feel proud or?
I feel proud and somewhat amazed because if you would have told me that this is where my life was going to take me all those years ago, I would have laughed at you and said, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that when you don't say no, and you just allow yourself to be led. I do believe that there's a higher power that leads me and I can get in the way and say no, or I can try to find a way to make it happen and keep saying yes. So it has taken me on a journey that I'm even surprised by.
So a journey where you get to go all around the world.
Yeah. But I have a team of people that really are behind me, and I couldn't do all this without the right people in my life that are helping make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm sure those people are happy to be traveling and going to Bulgaria with you as well. It's a lot of fun. So with Road Guardians, and I apologize if I didn't know, that's different from you said Stop the Bleed. Or is it kind of all?
Well, Stop the Bleed is part of our program. It is part of what we teach, but it's not the whole thing.
Okay.
So we teach more than that. And we actually start with, because we're assuming we're roadside and we've got to secure our scenes. So we start with all of that. Actually, half of our class is not even treatment. Half of it is treatment, and the other half is really managing the scene itself, getting the proper help there, saying the proper words when you are talking to someone on the phone, keeping yourself calm, and knowing when you can leave, when you can't. I mean, there's so many hard decisions you have to make early in the scene. We, on that moving people, it takes time to teach that.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything like that.
Yeah. So we have we have more than one class. That's our main class. And the one we teach most often, it's called a crash course for the motorcyclist. We also have an advanced class that people can take after the basic class, and it will take them to a new level. It makes them more of a side-by-side assistant to the EMS. It teaches some roadside medical concerns, oral airway insertion, which is like a higher level managing of the airway. And then we teach how to assist the EMS with extrication, how to do pressure points to control bleeding. We do a lot of role play and practice of what we've learned. So that's a really fun class, but you have to take the basic first. Nobody gets to skip it. And then we also have a class for professionals, and that one is only 3 hours long. They know treatment already, so we don't have to teach them that. But we need to teach them all the specifics of motorcycle trauma, including information about the motorcyclists themselves. Why do we do what we do? Some people are very confused by that. They're like, hey, you got what you deserved, And so we, it's not like that. So we want to personalize the motorcyclists so they will see us as a family.
Well, that's one thing I've learned about motorcyclists. Really, everyone is family and so welcoming and very caring. So that is... We call each other brother and sister because we feel that way about them. And there's an amazing bond you get with someone that you spend that kind of time with out on the road. It's a little stealth. It's kind of like once you put that leather on or and you get on your motorcycle, you are just like everybody else. You could get to know somebody really well and not really know what they do for a job because it doesn't matter. We're all in the same playing field. So that kind of stuff can be kind of refreshing as well. I think it is.
And a little underground, Like we like that. We're all a little edgy. So
yes, well, I'll try to be edgy. Yes. And I want to know more about the Sturgis Hall of Fame because I really don't know much about. So my dad, he used to ride, and when I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna start riding," he's like, "We have to go to Sturgis." I didn't know what it was, but obviously it's amazing. And then to be in the Hall of Fame,
you don't request it yourself. People nominate you to be in the Hall of Fame, and I've been nominated 3 times. And the second time that I was nominated, they offered to put me into the Freedom Fighter Hall of Fame. There's like a section. There's kind of a general Hall of Fame, and then there's this Freedom Fighter section. And I think I'm the only person who's ever declined that. I just respectfully declined it. I said, there's so many great freedom fighters out there, but that's not who I am. I'm not. I would be kind of embarrassed to call myself that or try to explain to people why am I in the Freedom Fighter Hall of Fame. So I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, I'd rather not be in the Hall of Fame than to be in the wrong section, and have to explain all the time. So anyway, then they did a couple of years later, offer the General Hall of Fame for me. And it's like the Academy Awards are when you get recognized by your peers for the work that you've done, it does feel really good. To know that people recognize your hard work. I give up my job at the hospital as a nurse so I could do this full time, and I volunteered full time for 27 years.
Wow.
So It's like when I say it was a labor of love.
Yeah.
I do love hearing the stories of people who have been helped and people who've been empowered to give that help. It's my fuel.
How?
And I feel grateful and honored to have been tasked with that as my life's mission.
Yeah.
In addition to being a mother and a grandmother. And soon to be a great grandmother.
Yay! Congratulations!
Yes, yeah. I have. We have between my husband and I, we have 4 daughters and 9 grandchildren.
My goodness.
So yeah,
I'm gonna have soon a great grandchild.
Yeah, and soon a great grandchild. So
that's so amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing because women can be so multifaceted. So you're like Hall of Fame, great grandmother, like all all these things.
Yeah.
And to do them so well, like you really are an inspiration. So you know that. You're a huge inspiration.
My husband is very, very tolerant. So he's very supportive of what I do. He's also a motorcyclist. He's also in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
He was the first freedom fighter in the United States to be inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame.
Wow.
When they opened the new section, he was the first person they chose.
Wow.
So he has done a lot as well. Yeah. We're the only couple that is in the Hall of Fame for our own accomplishments and not as a couple, that did something together.
Yeah.
So we have our own things. So he was 2002 and I was 2020.
Wow. That's amazing. You guys are just super talented. Like, do any of your kids or anyone, do they like to ride?
The kids, some of them, like Michelle, my youngest, who's here with us today, as a matter of fact, she grew up on the motorcycle. It was a jungle gym for her. She was always hanging out there and she rode the back and she went on a cross-country trip with me. And so she's getting her first bike this spring.
Oh, exciting.
We have that planned for her birthday. We're going to go pick up her bike that we already have picked out.
Oh, or is it a surprise?
No, it's not a surprise. It's a Yamaha.
Okay.
That a friend of mine has refurbished.
Oh, very sweet.
So it's waiting in their garage for her. We have to go to Indiana to pick it up.
Oh, that's so amazing. That's so sweet. Wow. I mean, you guys are you have a whole family of talent and motorcyclists and I'm sure with both you and your husband, she'll be great on the road.
Oh, yeah.
And all your safety courses and all of that. So that's amazing.
So we love it. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to having you in Seattle. I'm really looking forward to, for one, just learning from you, but also just having a course. And I feel like it's cheating that I know you because I'm not even a motorcyclist, but I am happy to be introducing, maybe I've been in Seattle before, but just to introduce you to whoever attends the class, that there also be safe riders having worked with you. So
we know some people in Washington, that are involved with motorcycling. So I think that, it's going to be a really great partnership to be able to get this, which unfortunately, I think we've only had 1 or 2 classes that have been taught, a couple of classes that have been taught in Washington State. And this will be great, a great opportunity because there's a lot of motorcyclists there and there's a lot of great riding in Washington State.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to do that.
Yeah. I look forward to it. And, I'm a very academic person, so I just love classes in general. So we'll probably have you out a few times because I just think it'll be great.
Good.
Yeah.
The Motorcycle Profiling Project, I'll get you in touch with them. Stilettos on Steel, avid of Washington are some of the initial ones. The Harley Owners Groups are really into our training, so we'll want to be reaching out to them as well and offering. So kind of sky's the limit. We'll get started with the group that has already reached out asking for the class, and then we'll just keep going from there.
Keep going from there. Yeah, and I got my bike from Destination Harley in Tacoma.
Oh, you do?
So, so I'm sure they'd love to do it too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would like to come out and ride with you. I know that sounds scary, but really, I'm very gentle.
Ride with me, my
very
gentle. Pull me along.
So, okay.
But yes, but
okay.
I'm taking lessons, so
that's right.
I'll know how to do it, but to make it out there.
So,
Well, Thanks so much for chatting with me. I feel like I learn so much every time I do these things. Like the motorcycle world is just, there's so much information. So
There is. And so much adventure. That's what's waiting for you.
Yes.
The adventure.
Yes.